Hi, my name is Mary Spender, and welcome to the final episode of Series 2, Episode 10 of Tuesday Talks. I've now interviewed 10 incredible musicians, and I've learnt so much, as I'm sure you have too. You can watch the interview in full here on YouTube, but if you prefer just to listen, then you can also download the podcast, which is available everywhere now. This week, I chat to Helen Ibe, an incredible guitarist and singer-songwriter from Nigeria. She's currently working on her original music, but she's putting out guitar tutorials and demonstrations of her gorgeous guitar playing on YouTube, and people are really starting to take notice, so go and subscribe to her channel immediately. Also give her fan pages on Facebook and Instagram a follow too. This whole series is brought to you by DistroKid, my favourite music distribution service, which gets your music into online stores and streaming platforms, and there is a link in the description for you to get 7% off your first year. I would love you to comment below and share your favourite moments of this conversation, maybe leaving a timestamp or quote, but first, let's get into the show. Tuesday Talks. Nice to finally actually get to chat to you and talk to you and hear your story.
Yeah, I've been checking you out. Oh my god, you're amazing.
Thank you. You're amazing.
I said I was always going to tell you that. I just started watching your videos recently. I didn't really know. And I just went through, you have so much pure, undiluted, great content. And I said, when I speak to you, I was going to tell you that face to face. Because you're great, really. Keep up the great job. It's amazing.
Well, honestly, when I started seeing your videos being recommended by YouTube, and they were just, your YouTube channel is just doing so well. And it's really, really awesome to see because you're bringing a different atmosphere to guitar playing. Like your smile is just so infectious, and and then obviously you're playing. Like I was watching one of the Jimi Hendrix videos, and then also you teaching guitar and stuff like that, and then you telling the story of how you started learning guitar. I was wondering if we could start with that first, and can you tell my viewers how you started playing guitar?
Okay, first, I'm Nigerian. So Nigerians are really religious and highly churchy people. So a lot of musicians and instrumentalists here always start from church. Most times, at least 95% of them will always start from church. And fortunately for me, that was how I started. It started in church. There's these things where musicians leave the church because to find greener pastures, and they were leaving the church in mass. Like any musician that comes just leaves. And our pastor called all of us actually, and said, why don't we just within the choir just start something? Like, you guys should learn how to play the instruments. We trust you guys are not going to leave. Just learn something. And then they called a couple of guys in the church, and they just started teaching. I don't think anyone else learned apart from me. I took it serious. It was like a do or die affair for me. And I immediately fell in love with the guitar. I did not want to do anything else. I did not want to hear anything else. First of all, I liked the way it looked. I liked the shape, I guess. I didn't know anything about it. I just liked the way it looked. It was beautiful. And I said, this was what I wanted to do. And then the next thing that caught me was the sound. I liked the sound it produced, and I said I was going to learn it, and that was what I did. It was nothing formal. It was not a music school. It was just a group of guys that just in 2 months or 3 months taught us the basics, and that was from there. Everything else I learned was by hearing other people play or just stealing licks from here and there and watching people. Never anything formal. Never went to a music school. So yeah, and it was really interesting, very interesting, because everyone else, I've not heard of anyone else in my church that learned, that really, in our group then, in the set, that in the batch, that really took it as serious as I did. It was a big deal for me, and I'm happy I made that decision. So that was how it started. Yeah. Great story.
How old were you when you started?
This was, I think I was like about 16. yeah, I think it was about 16. Yeah, it was 16. I remember it was about, okay, you're trying to ask how old I am, is it? So you can calculate.
No, I know not to ask a lady.
Okay.
I'm English. I'm very, very polite, I promise.
Okay. Okay. I was 16 when I started, and then I think I was just leaving high school. We call it secondary school here, but yeah, I was just leaving secondary school then, and yeah, I was 16. Um, it was difficult because that was considered the prime of my life. Like, this is where you decide what you want to do with your life, and everyone was like, of all things in the world that you want to do with your life and want to get serious, guitar. Like, it's Africa, for heaven's sake. No one wants their child to be a musician. Like, it's considered as a last resort or some kind of plan Z. That is when every other thing has failed, and then you do music or you go into arts. So music was not really considered as it's still kind of, I think, not considered as something that a lady should do, or someone that has high aspirations and goals should do. It's like the last resort for ne'd wells. So at that stage of my life, it was all I could think of, all I could do was just play guitar, play guitar, play guitar. I wasn't even thinking of university or anything, but I went, and yeah,
Okay.
that was it.
Yeah, it's really, it's one of those just tough things, isn't it? Like, in general, all around the world, like, being a musician, you're just destined to, I don't know, be seen as a failure by so many other people. And yet what you're doing now is so incredible because, one, you're educating people on YouTube. Like, your guitar tutorials are really beneficial to so many people. Your fan base is just so positive, and you're really making a difference to people. So, hopefully things will get easier, and with people like you actually showing that it's the first thing you wanted to do, it's not a last resort, and that's okay. That's really powerful. Maybe?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is powerful. I like to spread positivity, and I think that was one of the reasons why I really took it serious, because I like to smile on people's faces when I play. Like, I'm just playing and I look up and people are smiling and they're happy, and I'm like, oh my god, I can have this kind of effect on someone. Man, this is what I'm doing. And I studied something really different in university, but I still came back to music because the music always kind of calls you every time. Like, even when you leave and you do something else, there's just something about music when you start that just calls you back. It just feels like this is what you're supposed to do. And the effect I have on people when I play or when I teach, making them happy, making people happy, and healing people's soul through music and touching their souls through music is just an amazing feeling. And I don't think I'll trade it for anything in the world. I love it. I love doing it. I like the way I feel. I love the way other people feel. It's like a win-win. So yeah, it's amazing. I love it.
And now, I guess, by you being clever enough to jump on something like YouTube and Instagram and Facebook, like, you have a huge following on Facebook, and yeah, as I said, YouTube is just growing. Like, that will become a source of income, and then that will allow you to do it more and more and more. So it's just, it's smart of you to not, I feel like maybe you're looking more into the business side of it. I don't know whether maybe that resonates at all. Like, you're thinking, how do I sustain this for forever?
Yeah, exactly. I just started YouTube recently, and the whole social media thing, how it just started and blew up. I did not have any strategy. There was no plan. It just happens. When one of your videos just goes viral and you're like, oh my god, what is that? Like, when did this happen? So there was no crazy strategy, and oh yeah, I'm going to like trick the algorithm and do this and do that. I never really had any of that. So it just came. And um watching people and reading comments of people watching my videos from all over the world, it's just, I still can't believe it till now, because it's just an amazing feeling. And yes, I want to go into the business side of music, but I'm just getting into YouTube, so I don't really understand the ropes yet. I'm still trying to learn the ropes, trying to know what, yeah, of course I do a lot of covers, and you know what it is with copyrights and all of that, you can't really make that much money doing
No, you're
covers
right.
with the copyrights. So I'm trying to find how to merge the teaching, merge the talking videos and covers together. Just, I'm still trying to learn how to do all these things together, which is kind of not an easy job. Mary, you know how this thing is. You've been in this thing for like years. It is not easy creating content on YouTube. It's one of the hardest things.
And but the thing is, when you do, you feel so good. Like when you're done with it, you feel amazing. Like, oh,
Finally, I did this and it's out there and people are watching. So yeah, I'm trying to learn the business side of it. I'm not perfect yet. I'm still trying to know what I'm not ashamed to say it. I'm still trying to, figure out what to do with the channel and how to incorporate all these ideas together, doing covers, doing teaching videos, doing talk videos, tip videos, and all of that. So yeah.
Well, I think that's where you're going to see even more growth, because you are mixing it up. You're not just deciding to do one thing. Like, I think the best thing to do with a YouTube channel is variety, because as you said, the viral thing is a bit overwhelming. When, if something goes viral and that's what you're known for, it becomes difficult to, you can't really recreate something that's viral. Like, that's the whole point of it going viral. So I think, the tutorials, the best thing about as soon as you make original content and being able to monetize those videos, as opposed to the covers, which, might be seen as a bit of a, showing the music that you love and who you're influenced by, which is really nice for people to see, but also just as a way to pull more people in, people being able to see that you can play Jimi Hendrix songs is so impressive. And then they'll trust you, and they'll just keep watching. So it is really tough. And also the thing is, like, your channel will evolve, and so you'll kind of never be satisfied as well. Like, I can see that in you. Like, I know you'll always be striving to do something better and better yourself, and better your musicianship and everything. So don't worry too much about it. But recently I've been reading a book called The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield, which talks about the resistance creative people feel when trying to make something. And you're showing up and you're doing the work. So just keep positive about it. And I think I just think your outlook and your perspective is really interesting when, like you said, like, if it's not really all that respected, how do you go around like changing people's opinions? So just keep at it. But with the guitar, you're a songwriter as well, right?
Yeah, I do. I am a songwriter. I have my own songs. Even I've recorded a few, but I've not put any out there yet. Because what I was waiting for was having a fan base, having people that I know will listen to my music before putting anything out, which I kind of have now and I'm building. So I'm working on my EP, which will be out, yeah, before the end of the year. And I have a lot of stuff, original content that I have not put out yet, because I feel like covers are a great way to get people interested in you, get people, like, draw people in, and kind of like show them what you can do. Yeah, you can play guitar, and yeah, now I have you hooked. Here's my original content. You can go watch it too. Yeah, so that was what I was trying to do, and I think I have that now. And anytime soon, I should put out more original content. I've not put it on yet, which is kind of sad, but I will for sure.
Yeah. How much
Yeah,
alongside music? What did you study at university?
I studied microbiology, so it's like miles away. Yeah, I
Wow.
am a scientist. It was, no education is a waste. If you have opportunity to do something, then you should do it. I didn't have an opportunity to study music. No one is going to pay anything for me to study music. Like it's it's not the way it works in Nigeria, especially, and even in Africa. So I studied microbiology, and it was how it affected my musicianship is um when you study any science course, especially what I did, it makes you look at the little details. Like, I mean, as to see life beyond life. I can see microbes, I see the little things that make life, and it just makes me very detail oriented, and I just translated that into my music. I look at the little details. I am very, very detailed in whatever I do because I had that training. And so whatever you do, whether you started music early or not, whatever you study it, do it. No education is a waste. You can always translate whatever you studied into what you're doing now, which I did, I think, and that had a great effect on me. If you get what I mean, right?
Yeah, definitely. Like, music, to be a musician, you have to be very analytical anyway, because you have to be able to notice things that other people aren't noticing to make yourself different. So, but that's amazing. I am definitely not smart enough to be a scientist. So I am in awe. I studied classical music, which also is another. It's just you're known that you're never going to earn anything unless you are the top in the world, and even then, it's just such a tough thing to be part of. So I knew that I was going to I was doing a degree that wasn't really going to help me build a career afterwards. But again, no education is a waste, and obviously classical music can transfer, and it's kind of. But that's so interesting. So did you then pursue a career in microbiology after that, or did?
No, I didn't. I for that went to teaching school, and I started to teach biology, which I still do. So I'm a biology teacher too, along with the music. So it's crazy how I have been able to juggle these two way different parts of life together. But people don't know that about me. I want you to know about my music. That is the part of my life I'm willing to share, that I want people to know. So that is the information that I give out. But I don't know how I do it. I don't know how I do it, but I do, and it's just great to be able to do that. I love to teach. It doesn't matter what. If I know it, I will teach it. And that is why I went into teaching. And I take young children from about ages 10 to 13, around that age. So it's great to be able to mentor them and tell them about life and show them about life. It's great. I love to do it. Yeah.
Okay, so with guitarists, when you discovered the instrument, and who was the first sort of guitar hero that you learnt about and started to try and emulate?
The very first was Norman Brown. Jeez. I don't know if you know him, but he's a real smooth player. He's a smooth jazz player. I'm still in love with him till now. I can never stop. Judd Benson was there too. Peter White was there. El Clear was in the list. Richard Bonner was there. Lionel Lurker was there. I was listening to these people because I didn't really have a teacher then, apart from the first 2-3 months. So I was just listening to everything that I heard that sounded nice. And I was just picking up things from here and there and here and there and just merging it together to form my own sound. So Norman Brown was a huge part of my start. And that is why I like to play. I was playing like him before. Not really like him, but I like his smoothness. I like his fluidity. So yeah, he is my number one guy that I would say it really inspired me.
Who are you listening to now?
Right now I've been feeling a little bluesy. So I've been listening a lot to Josh Smith.
Yes.
And I think just Josh Smith is oh my gosh, I think he's so underrated. And he's not just a blues guy. There's something about his playing that it's just not quite conventional, like the bluesy kind of guitar players. Like you expect what they would play. he just takes the blues to a whole new level, and it's like he mixes it with jazz and country and blues, and it's just amazing how he does it. Like I can listen to him for hours and hours. Josh Smith is amazing. So right now he's the one I'm listening to a lot.
That's a good
Eh,
recommendation because yeah, you're right.
yeah.
He's completely underrated, and he's just a very open player to, like, he talks about his process. And I was watching that really viral video of his. I don't know if you've seen it, where he's talking about fusing. I think it was for Guitarist magazine. He was
Oh
like
yeah,
fusing loads of genres.
I
Oh my
think I
god,
saw that. Oh my god, he's an amazing
it's
guy.
so
Yeah, I like
effortless as
him.
well.
Yeah. And the way he just does it, it's not like the conventional blues, like I said. It's just a mix of a whole different genres that I don't really get, like maybe jazz, country, and he just blends them together and just fuses them into one to form that sound. It's great. I like him.
So he started. I think he was pretty much thrown on stage by a mentor or guitar teacher or something. Like he was started in pubs and clubs. Do you perform a lot outside of church?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I perform in events. I perform in several places apart from church. Like recently, I was at a place called Umutu, and it was really great with several musicians and bands just jamming together. I have a lot of friends that are musicians too, so sometimes we just meet, we just jam. So it doesn't have to be church. In fact, I can't even remember the last time I played in church. It's been a while. Like it's been years. I must confess. Oh my god, how did I get so wild? How did
Well,
I get so wild? Oh my god. But I've not performed in church in a long time. It's been like from one event or social gathering to the other, corporate events, pubs sometimes. Um and I'm just, trying to learn how to play live. It's a different ball game playing live, like you're seeing all these different people just staring at you, expecting something amazing, and then it's just it's just crazy trying to perform. It's different when you're performing in front of a camera, like it's just you in the room, and then you can just let it out. But live performance is something else. There's the charisma, there's the actual playing, and there's the audience trying to connect with them too. So live performance is amazing and I love it.
yeah, I always think the best thing about live performing, I feel like it's a bit like doing a live stream, which I've only just started doing, but it's kind of like it's a release when you just realize there's no, I can't do this again. Like I can't stop and start the song. Whereas when I'm
Exactly.
making a video and suddenly I forget that when I'm making a video, I don't know whether you find this at all either, but I'll practice something, I'll rehearse it, and then as soon as I hit record, it all falls apart.
Oh my god, tell me about it, girl. Tell me about it. It's crazy. It happens a lot. What I do is I do like maybe 4 or 5 takes on a video that I'm supposed to post, and then I sieve through. Maybe sometimes even 6, sometimes even 7. I do a lot of takes, and then I sieve through all the takes that I do and find the one that I think is the best take that I didn't really do much mess ups, and I just choose that one and I post it. That is how I do it.
You see, I do it slightly differently. I'll do 100 different takes because they'll all be rubbish, and then I'll just take the last one that I survive through. That's how I do it. So
Oh my god.
you're
Yeah.
distinctly more professional than me with your.
Not really. Here I've learned to walk fast because in Nigeria, I live in Nigeria and we don't have 24 hours power. It could come at any time and it could go
Right.
at any time. Like right now we're talking, it could go right now. I don't know. So you have to learn how immediately like comes up, I'm jumping, I'm like, where's my guitar? Oh my god, what song am I doing? Okay. I practiced the song before and I'm right. I have to do it because I might have just 1 hour, I might have just 30 minutes. Hell, I might have even 10 minutes. I don't know when the light will come on. I don't know when it will go off. So I'm immediately trying to work as fast as I can. I put myself under that much pressure because I don't know when the power is going to last for or when it's going to go. So it's pretty sad, but it is it is what it is, and that's why I had to work that fast.
Yeah. Well, and that makes it even, I mean, you're just so impressive and just exactly how you're moving forward with this. And yeah, you know, if all this is sort of, all the social media attention has come out of essentially nowhere, but it's coming out of somewhere because it's you and your talent really. But I think do you, when you're performing, what's the lineup of the band, or like who are your friends, and like what instruments do they play?
Most times it's just like a 3 or 4 man band. I usually have a drummer and a keyboardist, a bassist. Those are my three. Like I got to have those three at least. And then if I want to be really extra, maybe saxophone. Um, I don't. They're not like my band or my personal band. They're just my friends, and I just say, hey, I have a gig. Are you free? And they say, okay, yeah, and then we just jam. But they're not like my band, like my own band. You get it? So yeah, drums, keyboard, bass, those three, and then I play guitar, of course, and I'm good to go anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool. Do you
Cool.
sing your own songs live?
Yeah, I've sang a couple of my own songs live. But most times I always do covers or just instrumentals, or I just form a rhythm, or I just the keyboard is just playing some kind of rhythm, and I just improvise over it for minutes and minutes, and I'm just like just playing with the song. I do that a lot, and people seem to always like that. So sometimes I sing my own song. It just depends on my arrangement with the people that invited me for the show. Do you want my own songs? Should I play my own song? They're like, yeah, you can play a couple of your songs, and I do. If they don't, then I just do whatever they want. Yeah,
Yeah, the role of the
that's what I
working
do.
musician, trying to get your music heard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, when you're writing, do you write on acoustic guitar?
No, I write on my electric, my Telecaster. Because I'm just used to this Telecaster. I don't know. It's so personal to me, and whether I have power or not, whether it's connected to the amp or not, I can at least hear it a bit, and that is how I write the songs. Kind of put down a chord progression, and then I kind of write on the chord progression. So I sometimes I use the acoustic, but not as much as I use the electric. Not as much at all.
I mean, electric, let's be honest, it's far cooler.
Yeah, it's cool. You can get lots of other sounds. You can get lots of, you can get a lot of sounds out of the electric. You can even simulate your electric to sound like an acoustic. So if but not quite. I know. If I were to choose between electric and acoustic, obviously I would choose the electric 100 times over. I'm not, and again, I don't have the best of acoustics. I have just this Fender Stratocaustic, and it's okay, but it's not the best. I got it because of the size. I'm working on getting another one, but yeah, I ride mostly on my electric because it's the one I feel most comfortable with anytime, any
Mm-hmm.
day,
Mm-hmm.
anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What do you get inspired by lyric wise?
Most times it's just day to day life, what happens in my life, the stories that I hear, um, and a lot of stories abound in Nigeria. It's this place is somewhere. This place is Nigeria is such a place where there are lots of stories. Things happen here every day. Interesting things, crazy things, drama. So I kind of get inspiration from everyday life here, things that happen in my life. Okay, I just want to write about something that I heard yesterday, or a story that I heard, and I just get that's what I get inspired by. This craziness inspires me. Um, yeah, it just I just want to document it somehow, and the only way to do that is by writing about it. Yeah.
That's incredible. I want to hear this EP as well. So if I can be so bold to ask of
Yeah,
having a
I
sneak
listen.
peek at some points, that'd be great.
Okay, I listened to yours and your Lone Wolf. Oh my gosh, how did you do that? Now I'm the one asking the question. That was an amazing one. It was really cool. I mean, and you write so well. And
Thank
I
you.
like the way your guitar, especially the beginning of your songs, like the guitar is like there's always some kind of rhythm that is I can't quite explain it, but it's really cool. It's amazing. I
Thank you
like
very
all your
much.
songs.
For
Yeah.
me, that record was just, yeah, it's, the best thing you can do is write about what you know. And that's why I'm so excited to hear your stuff, because I want to write about your perspective on, I want to hear about your perspective on your life and day-to-day stuff. And for me, Lone Wolf was just, it was, just a bad heartbreak. That's all it was.
Yeah, I
which
feel
is
like again
which
it's
is which is quite obvious when people listen to it. But I think the best thing a songwriter can do is just obviously tell stories, and the best stories come from things you've actually experienced. So, what was a recent story you heard that inspired a song?
Hi, super sorry to interrupt, but both Helen and I experienced some technical difficulties at this point, so we'll resume with the Zoom video and audio for the last 10 minutes, but just thank you for continuing to listen to this conversation. Back to the episode.
Here in Nigeria, women especially go through a lot of abuse in relationships. They are unfaithful men, and recently I saw. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Recently, I actually did not hear this. I saw it where a man beats the head out of his wife, kind of really tore her clothes in public and got her naked. That was it was a really, really, really sad song. I shouldn't that part, but the oh my god, I felt so bad watching that I had to write something about it. And it's quite a sad song, but I it was just about the unfairness, the kind, putting down women the way men here put women down and are unfaithful. Oh yeah, you see that, right? Did you see that?
I did. What would you?
So you see what I go through.
Okay. What would you like to do?
I'd have to turn on the generator. That's what I'll do.
Okay, we can keep it short. Like, I don't want to use up.
Just give me 1 minute, please.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that. So you see what I have to go through whenever I'm making a video, and you see how fast I have to work.
Yeah.
Because I don't know when the power goes off. It just did.
Yeah. I'll just ask you, like, in terms of that being on camera, do you want that to be on camera or not?
If you the one when the power went off.
Yeah, because I can edit that out, or if you kind of want to, I can leave it in.
Yeah, you can leave it in.
Thank you.
Just to show what I'm talking about. I just talked about it, and then it happened. So it's like, oh my, that is what happened.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't mind just sort of telling the story again, just in case, because it was getting a little bit blurry. If you can just tell the story, and then we'll move on to the prepared questions, and then I'll let you have your Saturday evening.
Okay. And so I was saying the recent song I wrote about was the a lot of women get put down here in Africa, in Nigeria, and I'm not sure all over the world. Actually, I wrote a song about the unfaithfulness that men do and the pain that we as women go through. Because recently, I just saw a man fight his wife, like just 2 weeks ago here, and literally tore her clothes, and she was stark naked in public. And this was just so sad that I had to write about it. And it's a sad song, but that story really inspired the song. It's a great song, but it's sad, and it's I've been heartbroken before, so I know the pain that it feels to for to go through that kind of thing. So yeah, it's a song about heartbreak. It's a song about unfaithfulness. It's a song about pain, and from a woman's perspective.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that is what the song is about.
Well, I'm so sorry to hear that, but also like it's so important for you to be able to write about that and share a story and show your perspective when I think that's exactly how change is made. So that's I am looking forward to hearing your music. I think it's going to be very, very special and important. So keep writing and keep recording and obviously if there's anything I can do or share, just you have to just let me know and we'll do that. But I'm super, super excited about people seeing this conversation. Okay, let's move on to the final 4 questions, which I've been asking everyone in the series. And which album or artist have you recommended to your friends and family the most?
Oh my god, I will not shut up about Norman Brown. I don't know to say. I've said it before and I'm saying it again. I like the guy. Maybe it's just more than the music. I don't know. Maybe it's his personality. But I've recommended, even recently, I recommended him to a friend. And this friend of mine is a real great friend too. His name is Professor Kinch Padrack O'Kane. And he also has a YouTube channel, Miami Guitar Workshop. He is the guy that I share music with and all of that. And I told him about Norman Brown. He listens to him and was like, wow, this guy is good. Like Norman Brown song. I like his That's the Way Love Goes. I like his Lydian. And George Benson is also another guy that I would shut up about. Recently, I've I've not discovered him. I knew him before, but James Arthur. And it's not just about technicality of music. When I listen to James Arthur, I don't listen to the guitar parts or anything like that. I just enjoy the music, and his album You has really, really, really touched me. I love it. It's an amazing album to me. Finally, there's just one person I'll mention. She's not really popular, but her name is Jackie Benson. And I think she's just a pure, amazing soul. Her album Joy is and this person is not so technical. There isn't that much crazy fast ready guitar lines or anything. But it's just cool. It's just how I chill. She's just pure, and I love her music a lot. So those 4 artists, I think I've been recommending a lot recently. I don't know why, but yeah, I have.
Mm-hmm. The music speaks to you somehow. That's awesome.
Somehow.
Okay, so if you, the second question, if you could have a drink with any musician, dead or alive, who would it be and what would you ask them?
I think, oh my God, who would it be? Jimi Hendrix, maybe.
Yeah.
Jimi Hendrix. Yeah, because oh my God. And I also should have mentioned Jimi Hendrix previously. But I would have a drink with Jimi Hendrix. He was quite an interesting guy.
What would you ask him?
I would ask him how he. I don't know. I don't know. I would ask him so many things. First, I'll ask him if he had a girlfriend, and then I would ask him.
I think he had many girlfriends.
Yeah, he had many girlfriends. I would ask him. I would just ask him, "Are you interested in having like a serious relationship, Jimmy? Really? Like, stop this, quit this playing around."
Would you want to date a musician like that?
No, I don't think so. I'm just joking, but he was quite attractive and good looking, and he played well. So but I would not date. I would not date. I would ask him how if he. I don't know if he's naturally left-handed or if he just started playing like that. I don't know about. I've not read about that. If he actually maybe wrote left-handed, and if he's right-handed when he writes or when he does other things, but plays left-handed, just like Eric Gale. Do you know Eric
Yeah.
Gale?
Yeah.
Yeah, Eric Gale is actually right-handed. but he plays guitar left-handed. Like, so I wanted to know if that was actually a thing from him, or if he just, I don't know.
I'm sure we will find out. I'm sure someone on the internet will comment below and let us know, because it's not something has ever crossed my mind. I haven't thought about that. I haven't thought about that. I think I just made the assumption. Okay, so tell me about your favorite piece of music gear and the story behind it.
My favorite piece of music gear is my RC 300 Lupa. First because it's a great piece of gear because I can it makes me I can loop something and write songs with it. I write songs with it. I make melody and rhythm with it. And it was given to me as a gift by someone, a friend that's really special and close to me. So it means a lot.
Okay, final question.
Okay.
If you could give your younger self a word of musical advice, what would it be?
It will be that it will get better because um when I was starting, it was like I didn't know what I was doing with music. It was just winging it, doing all the covers that I knew. I didn't have any strategy. I didn't have any plan. Um, and I felt really discouraged. Like I didn't know what I was doing. And I would have told myself that just hold on, keep doing what you're doing. It will get better. Like there's no way it's going to get better. Keep practicing, keep doing what you're doing. You will get better. It will get better. Life will get better generally. And you'll be fine. Because then it didn't seem like I'll be fine. But if I could tell myself anything, that is what it was going to be. It will be fine. I don't have any regrets, but I'm just saying that it will be fine. Everything is going to be okay. Yeah.
That's the perfect way to end this interview. Thank you so much for your time.
I really, really appreciate
so
it.
Much.
So I think you'll agree this was an important conversation to have, and thank you for watching and listening throughout the technical difficulties. Helen was an absolute joy to talk to, and I can't wait to hear her original music as well as watch every single video she puts out. So please go and subscribe to her too. Now for information on the sponsor of this entire series. More than 250,000 artists rely on DistroKid to distribute their music, including myself. If you're wanting to have your music available on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music and Tidal, amongst many more stores, then you should sign up using the link in the description. An account starts at just $19.99 for unlimited songs and albums in the 12 months, and with the link in the description, you'll get 7% off your first year. If you are writing and producing music, then I can't recommend DistroKid enough. So a massive thanks to them for making this series possible, and check out the link in the description for that 7% discount. Thank you for being a part of this endeavour and supporting me by watching and listening to these interviews in the series. Now I guess I better start working on the next one. I'll see you very soon.